how to market a product?
Okay, this is a big question. All right, marketing has changed over the years. So the first thing you need to do is get the phone to ring. Also, you've got to work out what it costs for the phone to ring. So when I had the painting company, it was literally $50 a phone call. So if you don't answer that phone, well, you've lost $50. Half of them will leave a message. If you don't get to the message, they've already rung somebody else, so that $50 is gone. So marketing can be an extremely high cost if you're not doing the second part, which is answering the phone, and then the third part, which is the appointment, and then the fourth part is closing the sale. So what I suggest with marketing is, because there's thousands of agencies out there. There's absolutely thousands. Even we've got an agency for marketing as well. What you've got to do is find what you're comfortable with. Ask around, get quotes, get a lot of quotes. Talk to the people, because nowadays, let's say you take on a painting company. Let's use a painting company for simple. It'll take a couple of months to build a website. It'll take 4 or 5 months to get that website ranked. There's going to be social media. There's going to be all sorts of things. So you're literally stuck with that company for 12 months before you've worked out whether they're any good or not. So that's one of the things. You're almost in a business partnership. Even when you're by yourself, a self-trader with, let's say you're a self-trader with 5 or 6 staff, you've got a business partner now in marketing. Okay, because it's 12 months before you realize. Sometimes it could be 2 or 3 years. There's some companies also with the marketing company, you've got to be on top of them as well. You've got to be on top of them as well, because what happens is that marketing company could be new and they're doing wonderful jobs. But after 2 years, they're starting to drop down. They're starting to take things for granted. They're just doing the normal bits and pieces. They're not trying to increase your sales and all that. So it's a marketing is a long-term relationship. If you're doing it by yourself, okay, you need to allocate a lot of time. Okay, so you've got to work out, how much do I make an hour? Let's say a painter will make $100 an hour. And your marketing person charges you $100 an hour. Well, he's an expert in that field. So you're better off, in one sense, paying him the $100 an hour while you go and do it. Or you take the 6th day of the week and do all the marketing yourself. Are you going to be as successful as that other person? Or do you just go and do an $800 job and pay the marketing person $800? So, as I said, marketing, you're in a relationship, and it's a long-term one before you know any results. Years ago, it was very simple. You put an ad in the Yellow Pages. It comes out on the 28th of February. Great, the phone starts ringing. What you do from that point is up to yourself, your closing rate and all the other bits and pieces. You put some flyers out, you do some radio ads, and if you're a bit bigger company, you'll do some TV commercials. But if you've got to the TV commercials at that stage, 30 years ago, well, you're pretty much successful. And you know what you're doing. But many years ago, it was very simple. Yellow Pages, an ad in the local papers, maybe an ad in one of those magazines, the local magazines or bits and pieces. And now it's a long-term relationship with your marketing partner. So we may as well just call it what it is. It's a partner, and their job is to make your phone ring consistently. But it does take, as I said, many years ago, you take a full page ad in the Yellow Pages, you're guaranteed 10,000 phone calls a year because you're in first spot.
Let's say we have a company, and we found a perfect marketing partner, a marketing company that understands our needs, that knows their job, that everything functions perfectly. But then there's that second part when clients start calling, if they're clients, like buyers, for example, Let's say some buyers. So they start calling. We are talking about the product. what kind of a relationship should a company have in order to have good relationship and to continue that marketing work for them in the future? So marketing does not stop at selling itself,
Yeah.
but it continues later. What are the further steps for the marketing to work about that certain product?
Okay, so let's say you get your marketing right, okay? You get your marketing right and it's long term. It goes back to what your long-term business plan and your goals are for what your business is, you know. And so what you really want to be doing is getting a client and keeping the client, and your marketing agency gets you more clients. So that's one of the things that you've got to really understand, is that you don't want to be trying to find more customers, because let's say a customer costs, in my case, it was actually $150 to get a customer, because my closing rate was 30%, a phone call was $50. Every third customer I got, which means that customer cost me $150. If that customer rang me 6 months later for another job, well, that doesn't cost me anything. See? So that's where people have to understand. You know, your marketing company will get you the work. You've also got to keep an eye on your marketing company, okay? Not just sort of go, oh, great, they're doing a great job. I'm not saying to spend, 8 hours a week on it, but once a month to have a meeting with the company and sort of say, okay, where are we headed? What are we doing? We've got this new product line, or we want to do this, or we want to take this away, or this item's not doing exactly what we need to do. It's not, we're not selling enough, where we should be spending more money in marketing for this other item. So it's really your responsibility. It's kind of like accounting. Accountants, at the end of the day, when they do your bookwork, you sign a waiver saying that the accountant firm has nothing to do with any of the numbers. Okay, they're not taking any responsibility. What they've said is that you've brought in 2 + 2, and they've put in the bookwork 4. Okay, but they're not signing that they're responsible for what you've written. So the marketing company, at the end of the day, is not responsible for your business. You are. And that's where a lot of people forget. You're the one who's responsible, and you have to take control of what they're doing. Get a general understanding. If you want by the end of the year to have 1,000 clicks per month, but there's only 800 clicks per month, you need to understand, is it the marketing company, or did 3 other companies in the last year come along for that same product? And now 800 clicks a month is extremely, good because you've got more competition. Or is 800 a month not satisfactory simply because there's no other competition? So getting a good grasp of it, but that's got to do with you having a meeting with your marketing company once a month and saying, okay, how are we going? What can we improve? What's good, what's not? And just to get the fundamentals of it, because you're going to be busy with staff, you're going to be busy with, your accountant, your suppliers, all the other bits and pieces. And so it's very easy for any section to get dropped off. And that's where people find, oh, I'll do it next month. It's like people doing their bookwork. Oh yeah, I'll do that next month, and then last minute they end up doing their bookwork. They get it incorrect because they're speeding through it because they have to get their BAS, in time, or their tax return in time.
So you basically suggest to have regular meetings with your marketing company, so you can get the best from the marketing company.
Yeah, correctly, because you have to. It's your business. They're basically out there, and let's say it's a good company. They're out there doing their best, but they need as much information from you, and you also need to understand what the market's doing. You can't, as I said before, it was very simple. Yellow Pages, it's in there for a year. Great, no dramas, very easy. Now it's this complicated. What do I do? Do I put it on Twitter? Do I put this on that? Well, that doesn't go on here, that goes there. This product, what you thought might have gone on this social media actually shouldn't, because that's not where your target audience is. It's over here. And you're going, well, God, this is... So it's not too confusing if you spend a little time each month understanding all of it.